Great.
News. Yes. So, I woke up in the morning and I found that the servers, I don't know, maybe at first I thought it had something to do with my internet connection, but as I stated before, a lot of people were complaining about this, and I didn't think that Namco will let Tekken 8 go a whole day with terrible service like this. So I got back on, and it seemed that the network connection between other players was so much better this time. And I don't know if it had something to do with me or certain people out there, but it seemed that the people who had problems with the cross-play enabled, they were the ones who were having problems, and the ones who didn't have on crossplay enabled, who disabled crossplay, they didn't seem to have any problems or anything, or they weren't really reporting it. I'm not sure, or maybe they're just too busy playing. So I went ahead and disabled crossplay. As you can see here, I selected my player from this setting. So I'm trying this again. This is the play from anywhere setting, the match anywhere setting, and I'm walking around looking for opponents. So it's very similar to the Street Fighter 6 lobby when you're in the battle hub. You can look for opponents while you're in the actual hub and I guess kind of hang out, but your character will immediately sit on the floor and like pull out their arcade sticks, which is kind of weird because what are you really looking at when you're playing the game? I imagine that the future will probably be like someone with an arcade stick and they will have like an iPhone, or not an iPhone, but an Apple Vision Pro or something stuck to their head. Something like that. The future of video gaming is probably just you playing a PC game through your VR set, you know, and you can just stop by and sit anywhere and play a game. So you'll technically do the same thing that you're doing in a lobby. Yeah, so what are they staring at? And what am I looking at? I'm getting a connection. It's the first person that I got connected to. Looks like I'm going to battle this person. And so I'd be happy to let you all know that most of my matches from here on out have always been nice and clear. Looks like me and this guy, my first opponent has the same amount of experience as me. So this is going to be good. And I'll let you watch the rest of the show.
Round 1. Fight. 茶番は終わりだ。Round 1 Fight!
So as you saw, the ranking goes up a little bit more depending on performance, just a little bit more. But the money, the fight money, is a lot more than you do in Ghost Battles. Ghost Battles give about 4,000, 45,000, which is very nice. I mean, it's enough to buy like one of the trial items, but 135 is enough to buy a good amount of avatar items and whatnot. I'm glad that they do this system here in Tekken, because in Street Fighter you technically have to pay real money, like lots of real money, for that type of currency. I don't think that that's something that I ever want to do. Tekken has always been known to have in-game currency, Tekken Fight money, where you can get it from treasure battles, from playing the game over and over again and whatnot. They usually have their dedicated players for years on end, whereas Street Fighter tends to dip down incredibly low into what we would say is more of a skilled, highly professional, or highly skilled player base. That usually would end up being like who's playing Street Fighter by the end of the 6 months or half year or full year period. For Tekken, you typically have people who just like to play Tekken. They like the stories, they like the characters, they just like playing the game. You don't just only have highly skilled players, but you have people at I guess a huge area of skills based, like sort of revolve around you. So even if there's like no more beginners, there's going to be a someone around that level or so years later. This is someone who still plays Tekken 7. Occasionally I will get on and I will always have someone around my level, and I will always play around their sort of technical skill level, with the AI grouping here being so precise, like with, I guess, as they claim to be more precise in leveling and matching. I'm guessing that they're like anyone playing Tekken 7 who's still playing Tekken 7 is likely going to be playing this game after a while. So Tekken 7 might have their very few dedicated players who prefer Tekken 7, while everyone else is moving to Tekken 8, and of course there's like that wave of people who still play that's just going to be around or so. So I also had problems getting into the avatar screen, like how to do the customization or something like that, and I'm glad to see that they have a card, a player card. I thought I saw one earlier when I clicked on someone one time, and I saw gen, and I guess like this is the default. So I'm just going through doing my title changes, and yeah, I'm just kind of happy to see that they have all this on a demo. This is a lot for a demo. They really waited this out. By not having a date confirmed up until like late, and you know, they waited for Street Fighter 6 to come out. They wanted to see what Street Fighter 6 was going to do, probably, and kind of glad they have this. But at the same time, I mean, I wasn't big on the Battle Hub. I'm not that big on Battle Hub, but I think it is cool to have. It's a nice addition. It's just that it's not perfect. Battle Hubs are too large for what they are, and the whole system for getting items for your character is just insane. Like, what they put in front of you is just insane. Like, you gotta buy buttons for like $16, when buttons that you put on yourself is really like about like 50 cents or so. I've seen someone argue this in a WeChat group before. It was really weird. I was asking the questions that nobody asked, but everybody felt like everybody had the same answer. They were not going to spend money on Street Fighter Avatar stuff for sure. And Street Fighter is kind of notorious for being slow, and I mean Capcom. So when I say Street Fighter, I also mean Capcom too. The chat here seems no nonsense. Don't see the stickers option, but nobody really chats on Street Fighter anyway. They just do the shortcuts, so that's another thing. But really glad that the speed has caught up. It was such a tremendous improvement from Saturday to Sunday morning. I would be playing this game more, but I was just too excited to take my undefeated streak for what it is. Like, the game is good. It is good. It is enough, but I would like to see the Tekken arcade lobby lounge or whatever. I would like it to mean something. And to have these little mini games on the side where these other kind of NPCs are just hanging out, that looks nice. I would like to try to get into something like that. Now, this time I'm trying the game again. So the difference between what we saw in the last half of this video and what we're going to see from the next half is a little less of me narrating everything that I like about Tekken 8 now. And the battles are fast paced. It's clean. I got really invested in the fight. But aside from that, it just looks clean. It just looks Unreal Engine. Right? So I'm just doing another run. You can see how smooth I'm running now. It's a lot different. It's not as laggy, or it doesn't feel as less than 60 frames per second or whatever that was that I was going through earlier. One thing I learned in the morning was, one, the battles are nice. They're fast again, like they were the previous beta on the previous Saturday. Another thing I learned was that there is a way to customize a little bit further in terms of your identity. I know I didn't leave a comment on my card, but I think I could wait for the next beta to fix that. So this was a nice addition. The chat is a little easier to access. You just press the R2, the trigger button, to get your message through. I got on an empty arcade, chose my character, and everything else seemed smooth. I didn't get that many refusals this time. Last time I did the match anywhere thing, I was waiting on the floor for training floor for like 4 through 4 rounds of refusals until 3 or 4 rounds until I got accepted. Here, you won't see that this much, but yeah, I'm gonna get onto the training floor and we will see. You will start to see some stuff that you can figure out. There's command lists and things like that that will stop you from. It will stop you from looking for a match, but you can use the training floor for, you know, waiting for a match and practice, and you can see the moves lists and stuff like that, and you can practice them as long as you're training and watching the movements. You should be fine. So I'm going to leave it to you all to enjoy the rest of these matches, and man, are you guys in for a treat. But keep in mind, I'm not the best Asuka player, I'm not the best Tekken player. I am one of the best on my street right now and where I used to be in Dallas. There hasn't been a person that truly dominated me in my hometown play. I'm sure there are people who are good enough to dominate me at some point in time in life. But I've been playing in Japan on arcades for a while, and I've been knocked around here and there in Korea and everything. Cafe ID, I was with the group, you know.
Get ready for the next
I learned a lot in my life, and for me to win, I need to be resourceful. So here we go, some human battles. You guys take care.
Round 1. Fight. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.